And that's exactly what she's trying to do, is trying to make you think and trying to make you feel like, oh, we can't possibly send this little poor girl to jail.
Yeah.
Prison, really. Welcome back to the Schaik Podcast. I'm your host, Derek Van Schaik. With me, we have our lovely co-host, ZZ. Gen Z ZZ, right?
Gen Z ZZ, yeah. I have to say my full name.
Your full nickname
My
there.
full name.
So tell me, let's go right into it, right?
Let's do it.
No, really. About what you were supposed to do.
Oh my God!
Where's
no,
the video?
I thought you forgot.
Where's the video?
I was hoping.
Is that what was going on there? Okay, all right. Where's the video?
I filmed it.
You did?
I did. I filmed
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Did you film the whole thing or just film some of it?
No, I filmed the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
now-
went through with it.
So now you have to edit it?
Now I have to edit it.
Uh-oh.
That's it. Yeah. It was
Okay.
for the first 40 minutes. Okay, I get in my car. I like drive far away from my house. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stay away from my comfort zone and film this. I got myself a coffee.
I don't think it was away from your comfort zone.
No, I was
That's just some
panicking.
excuse. What you're trying to do is get away from your family
Yeah.
because you're embarrassed to be filming in front of your family.
Yeah.
So it's fine, but just call it what it is. It's not your comfort zone.
That's true. Some of that is true. But then I went home and finished filming
Uh-huh.
the rest of it in my bedroom. I just kicked my sister out. I was like, I just need the room for like 30, 40 minutes. Get
What'd you
out.
do in your bedroom?
Just continued filming it.
What'd you film?
You'll see.
Is it going to be on YouTube?
Oh, maybe
Or is
not.
it
I'm
another
just kidding.
website here?
OnlyFans. Follow my
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans link down
Susie
below.
now has an OnlyFans. Hey, it's
I think I'll post it
everyone's
anyways.
first vlog is or
Yeah.
video, whatever it is. It's always fun to see the first one. You'll kind of realize what it is. It's just the first one. It's
I
always
know.
going to suck.
I'm like, I don't know how you did this. No one was even recording me. It was just me and my camera, and I
Yeah,
was like panicking
that's how it
the whole
starts.
time.
That's how it starts, and that's the best way to do it.
Okay, it's just me drinking coffee and crying for 40 minutes straight. But that,
yeah,
that
you
could
kind
be
of texted
funny.
me that. You were
Yeah.
you said you were filming yourself in an empty parking lot, crying and laughing.
Yeah.
And then you wrote I have no idea how you do this.
Yeah, that was pretty much the whole experience.
I can kind of relate. I remember my first ones,
Mhm.
and it really felt like when the camera turned on, my brain shut off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel like that at all?
As soon as I hit record, my brain was like, what's English even?
Yeah,
I don't
right?
know. Good luck.
What's Farsi?
What's Farsi? Yeah, I was like, I know more than one language, but my brain was like, no, you don't.
No,
You don't
no.
know. You don't know any.
What I found a lot of times too
Mm-hmm.
is not feeling like you really even know like who's watching or who you're talking to. So that
Yeah.
in itself is quite like just confusing.
Yeah.
That
Not
is just
intimidating, but like, you're like, I don't know what this person's gonna think.
yeah, who's
I don't even
watching.
know who this person is.
Yeah, you're
Just
you're
have
filming
someone.
like in
Yeah.
the darkness kind of thing,
Yeah.
because you look into a lens, and when I looked into the lens, I kind of see my subscribers, and and I know the past, and I kind of have some basis to go off of. You kind of have to build it up to that point where you
Mhm.
feel like, okay, I'm making this video for those loyal subscribers, and you have that in mind when you are filming, as opposed to just the
Yeah.
darkness of a lens. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Who is this? Who am I talking to here? Who's going to be
Yeah.
watching this? Who's my audience? I don't know. There is no audience. All right. So what we really want to talk about quite a bit here is our good friend, Elizabeth Holmes. And yeah, Elizabeth Holmes is the former CEO of Theranos. And she kind of talked like that too. I don't know if, do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, she spoke in a very deep voice.
Really?
Like this, yes.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of weird because she's this blonde white girl, and she's speaking like,
Yeah.
like this old, like 60-year-old man. Whatever her voice is, that's the voice. But the problem is that it wasn't her actual voice. No, it wasn't. It was all fake.
She was purposely.
Yeah,
talking
she
like
was
that?
purposely faking her voice, and
Why?
well, to come across as more authoritative. What she's accused of is basically faking lab results of her blood testing company. I have to talk like Elizabeth Holmes when I'm talking about Elizabeth Holmes here. So, yeah, she faked her blood testing results I swear to God, she talks just like that.
Oh my God.
I swear to God.
Would not be expecting that.
Yeah, it's quite odd because she's this young white girl with blonde hair and she's talking like that. It's like, what? She faked the results to make it seem like her lab testing technology, blood testing technology, was legit and actually worked. And it turned out that no, it didn't work at all. And she just faked it just so that she could continue to get investors' money because her company was at one time valued at over $9 billion easy because her blood testing technology with all of her, labs with the machines and everything, they didn't work. They didn't work at all. But she said that they did. And it was to get the investors' money and also fame and try to make it appear that she's this, the next Steve Jobs. Because did you see any pictures of her? Maybe we can look up and we can put on our fancy dancy TV here. This is how she used to dress. And right here, mostly just like a black turtleneck, very similarly to Steve Jobs, right?
Yeah.
So she used to look like this, and now she looks like that. A little different. Clearly, she's trying to make it appear, and this is what some of the things we want to talk about is kind of the appearance that defendants tried to do to make themselves appear more favorable to a jury. Curlier, trying to come across as just a little more juvenile, as opposed to here, just more intimidating. It's quite interesting how she changed her appearance. And it's also very curious, too, if she is going to be speaking with her very, very deep voice like she was in the past.
It might change. Like,
yes.
It wasn't my fault.
Yeah, I know. Because people that actually know her and people that have known her throughout her life, they've all said that she did not ever sound with that deep voice. So this is quite new. It's kind of odd, isn't it? That all of a sudden she's doing that. And obviously it was to come across as more authoritative, more in control when she had that deeper voice. And probably also, I think, to get us some attention too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of fixated on these pictures easy.
Yeah. I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm like, see here, like turtleneck and then open.
Yeah.
Not trial.
Right. You can see the chart, right? A lot different appearance. And then also her hair is now forward all the time. Before, sometimes it will be back, like here. See how her hair is back when she's kind of showing off her blood testing technology with one little prick of the fingertip. You can get all your test run really quickly. No vials of blood or anything. Bullshit. And her hair is pulled back.
Is that another to come across?
It's actually to come across is more masculine. It's basically women trying to look like men in the workplace. Just be real.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. That's why also women tend to wear high heels in the workplace too, is so that they're similarly height as men. Think about it. High heels, hair pushed back. Whether women know it or not, it's really to come across as a little bit more masculine. A guy that has very long hair, like typically longer hair, is going to come across, you think, more masculine or feminine?
Probably more feminine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. As opposed to very short hair is very masculine. You know what I mean?
Here she's staring deep into your soul,
I
trying
know.
to tell you something.
If you notice, like always, like looking very deeply, like with a strong stare, and then no smile really at all. Again, trying to come across as extremely masculine because she thinks that's kind of the way to go to kind of get investors to show that she's in charge. And if you think about it too, it's a little bit of overcompensating. You know what I mean?
How come?
Well, because it's like she can't just be herself. So it makes you automatically think that, not always, but you can kind of feel if someone is being inauthentic. If you do feel like they're being inauthentic, such as here, when she's talking in a deep voice and doing all these manipulation techniques of what she wears and, how she looks and how she smiles or doesn't smile and their hair, everything. Like it makes you wonder even beforehand, like, hey, what else is going on here? Are you trying to cover up something? Why are you not happy with who you are just naturally?
That you have to change it so much.
He's trying to manipulate people here.
With curly hair too, I've noticed girls it's more feminine rather than straight hair.
Yes. Like that. And where her straight hair is also pulled all the way back in a lot of the pictures and a lot of her appearances as well. Look at her. She looks just cuter.
Oh, and less black
Yeah.
noticed that too.
Yeah. I have seen her wear some black, but if she is wearing black, I think this is at trial too. Then, she has an open shirt.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to come across as open, which is also trying to make her come across as more honest. Because if you're open, you're subconsciously, at least people are going to feel like she's more honest as well. So she's trying to come across as younger, more childlike. She's not that young, but I mean, she's trying to come across that way to make it appear that, hey, just a child. You're not going to put a child in prison. And then here's another thing too with Elizabeth Holmes. She recently had a baby. Coincidentally, it was due and was delivered like less than a month ago. And it's like, oh, my goodness, really? It kind of makes you just wonder, like, why now? Where the baby's going to be delivered just right at the trial date.
Yeah.
Literally, they had to postpone the trial and move the trial out forward, because she had a baby.
Huh.
Clearly, she uses everyone else, so she's apparently using a newborn and anything else she can create in her vagina.
Yeah, like, why not?
It sounds kind of odd. Usually, like, if you feel like you could be going to prison or maybe, something's going on here, you want to make sure that you have enough time and everything and you're not in a difficult, precarious situation, you're probably not going to have a kid. Naturally, you're kind of afraid to have a kid. You're like, oh my gosh, poor kid. What if I get sent away and the kid's going to be... No, she's not thinking about that. Nope. She's thinking about, hey, this kid can help me get out of being sent away.
Yep. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
So clearly, the kid is being used here.
Is the kid with the guy she's accusing...
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's another thing. The guy that she's accusing of some things and what she's accusing of her ex-boyfriend and former COO of the company. Mm-hmm. She's accusing him, okay? She's accusing him of basically forcing her to do everything. It was all his fault. It was all his fault. It wasn't her fault at all. It was his fault. The older boyfriend of hers, who was the CEO, as I said, the COO of the company, chief operating officer. And she was told to do everything by him, eat certain foods by him, tell her to say certain things, and basically control, dress a certain way, everything. You name it, he controlled the whole situation, and it wasn't her fault at all. Which is actually kind of risky. Yeah, she's admitting that it was all fake and whatever, but it wasn't her fault. It was her boyfriend's fault. Just blame it on him. Puppet master controlling her, a puppet of everything. I mean, it's like, come on, really?
The trial is when?
So the trial is really starting now. But I think it's just jury selection at this point. Okay. So, yeah, it's just jury selection. But the thing is that when the actual charges were pressed against her, her initial claim and, what her attorney said was basically like, hey, all of our technology, it was working. It was working. You just got to give it a chance. And you shut it down before it had a chance to actually work. Yeah. That's what she was actually claiming. And then now... she can't claim that anymore because apparently the evidence is just way high against her. Yeah. There's no way she's going to get out of this except by just making some bullshit claim that her ex-boyfriend was controlling everything that she did and it was all his fault all along.
That's insane.
Yeah. So it's just one thing after another with her and it's just so annoying because she is, I guess the best way to describe her is just like the ultimate psychopath.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just using people, doesn't care, just trying her best just to use anybody for her to make money and gain fame and notoriety, to be known as, this entrepreneur, this smart girl who dropped out of Stanford and started the best tech company in Silicon Valley. And I think what she was hoping for is the technology to eventually catch up to her lies. Kind of like, oh, well, wait a second. If we just kind of fake it, eventually the engineers and the smart people will kind of catch up to that point. But there's a problem. When you're actually doing the blood tests on people and people are relying on those blood tests and, a false positive could be just as devastating as a false negative. Yeah. Any bad results, just bad information in medicine can be devastating. It's terrible. And she, obviously just didn't care. She was just like, hey, apparently, hey, I want to be famous. I want to be known as this person. And that's just what it is. It's just unbelievable that she actually thought she wouldn't be caught. And the whole company too, like, especially, the executives, the COO, her boyfriend, and he's being charged in January. Well, not charged. He's charged already, but his trial is going to start in January. But that's the benefit of Elizabeth Holmes starting her trial early.
Why?
Before him. Because then she can just be like, all the evidence against the boyfriend, that hasn't come out yet. You got to wait for his trial. So clearly it's him. And, just wait for his trial and throw his ass in prison. Kind of the benefit of starting first when you're the first to be tried. Then you can just be like, hey, he got the wrong guy or girl. You got the wrong girl.
Yeah.
You got to go after the guy, my ex-boyfriend, wait until that evidence comes out. Now he's trying to come across like an 18-year-old girl.
Yeah, now she seems way younger and more
right.
innocent.
Yes.
So
and that's exactly what she's trying to do, is trying to make you think and trying to make you feel like, oh, we can't possibly send this little poor girl to jail.
Yeah.
Prison, really. I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for her to, I think with her voice, I think they're actually saying that she may actually testify. She needs to play it both ways. She can't come across that she was lying the whole time, and at the same time, she just can't come across as, she's masculine, and she's not the little girl like she's trying to paint herself as right now. Don't be surprised if she has, a little bit of a deep voice, but it's not going to be her deep voice that she had before.
Her TED Talk voice, yeah.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw like a little part of it, yeah.
Oh, challenges of healthcare.
But we can't engage.
We can't engage. I told you, I was
That
not
was
exaggerating.
So much. I know.
I
thought
was
you
not
were
exaggerating.
What the fuck?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you
No.
weren't even. It's deeper than what you were trying
Right?
to show.
It was way
Yeah.
deeper.
If someone like that came up to me and started talking to me, I would shit my pants. Like, what the hell? Her eyes are huge and her voice is so deep. My brain just would be like, that's not right.
She's like a monster.
Yeah.
She actually is a monster, no, but guess in every way, because she
Yeah.
kind of looks like a monster, acts like a monster, kind of takes advantage of people like a monster. She's a psychopath.
How she pauses between every freaking word.
She's trying to imitate Steve Jobs, I think.
Is she really?
Yeah.
It makes me very uncomfortable.
Well,
I don't like how she talks.
Yeah, but I think she's trying to create some like drama, or I guess more suspense is the right word. Kind of showing that, hey, what I'm saying right now has some weight to it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you say something really, really quickly, it has less weight.
Isn't talking super fast too? Is it like a sign of nervousness?
It could be a sign of nervousness.
Okay.
It depends on the situation. That's why it's important to look at clusters when you're looking at body language. I'm kind of resisting actually breaking this whole thing down here.
Do it.
No, it's that's for
She's
another
not
channel.
blinking.
Oh yeah, also what we're doing and what we have done is we got all of our podcasts up on all the major podcast directories, including iTunes, Google, not iTunes, it's Apple Podcasts, it's called.
Apple Podcast.
Yes, Google Podcasts, Spotify.
All of them.
So if you're not already subscribed to the Schaik podcast, whether on YouTube or any of the other services, any other directories, go subscribe now so you don't miss out on more of these podcasts where we focus on psychology, body language, human influence, behavioral sciences, some criminology, unsolved mysteries, some really cool things. So subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you at the top.
Should try saying body language. I still can't.
Body
say
language.
Body language. I can't.
You can't say it like
No.
that? Try to say it like that.
But
Yeah, you
you
can.
say it first.
Body language. Try to do it.
It's so loud. Body language.
It's pretty cool. Don't
Okay.
laugh. No, you almost got it. Body language.
Body language. No.
You gotta have a little more force.
I know. I don't have force.
You
I
can't
need
do that?
force. Okay. Whew.
It's gonna take all of Zizi to do
I
this
know.
now. Come on, Zizi, you can do it.
Okay, hold on. I'm laughing. I need to stop laughing. Body language. I can't
You're
fucking
just
can't do
gonna
it.
laugh.
That was just embarrassing.
Cut.